What's going on, everybody? Hey, thanks for joining me here today on the Move OTX channel. And today I'm going to take you guys out on Byxbee Park, towards Byxbee Park today. And I know this looks like a weird place to begin our hike. Normally I like to start it at a trailhead, and that's kind of what this is, but this is kind of the remote hidden parking area that you can park legally, street park. There's some RV overnight campers there as well, but that is the end of Embarcadero Way. And you can totally day park there anytime, pretty much 7 days a week. And it starts off here behind the Palo Alto Municipal Water Treatment Plant, and this is a construction site over here. It looks like a semi-construction site over here for these businesses, but the trailhead does start here. And we're going to go out on the Byxbee Park rolling hills, and the goal today is to try and capture some of the flowering wildlife and the flowering blooms that are out here today. So I know the big buzzword on YouTube and the media in California lately has been the whole super bloom conditions that a lot of the California hills are having right now because of all the rain and our first real warm weather of the season. I've actually taken you guys out here previously during the king tide that we hiked, but this is different. So we're going to be hiking along the hills, the rolling hills and grasslands, and that's going to be the primary focus today. So a lot of this marshland is kind of drained out a little bit. So the other thing too is we're several weeks past our heavy rain, so thankfully that phase of the seasons is now behind us. So this region here was all washed out as recently as maybe 3 weeks ago. So not now. So there's some thistle coming up. You can identify these guys by the prickly thorns and these purple flowers on the top, and those are fairly recently bloomed. I believe they're trying to eradicate this, and they're trying to keep this population down for whatever reason. I'm not exactly sure what reasons they have for that, but those are just a really vibrant purple color. There's some more over here, and we'll probably see a lot of these all around this trail. So that's the area towards the shoreline area that I took you guys on when we hiked the king tide. So now we're going to go back around this region here. And we're going to film along the way. So the other oddity about this Byxbee Park area, oh, you know what? I should have said something. Okay, so if you want to park in the main parking area, it's actually out that way. And you Google search Byxbee Park main parking lot, and it'll take you right there. There's a nice park full restroom over there, and some signs, and there's some trail maps that way as well. So I'm kind of taking you guys here around the back door route, so to speak. And there's going to be a lot of wildlife out this way. A lot of rabbits out here too. When you hike these trails at night, you'll be treated with dozens and dozens of rabbits scampering up and down through the hills. Not right now though, so we might see some bunny ears pop up here and there, but not in high volume and high numbers, I don't believe. So yeah, a lot of fennel. They try and mow these down and trim them down, but they're still they pop up every spring. And so tons of fennel out here. and I would point some things out to you guys just to kind of give you guys a sense of orientation of where we're at here. So you can't tell, but under those cloud covers, that is Windy Hill, and as you go across this way, that peak right there, that summit right there, that is Black Mountain. And I've taken you guys to both of those locations before. So Foothills Park is right down in this region, right in here. Foothills Park, Arastadero area is right there. So I'm not sure what that white building is. It looks darn near abandoned, and it's really isolated out across that marshland. It looks abandoned to me. But I kind of use that as a landmark as I hike up and down these hills. All up in this oak forested hill region. I know that because my home is right on the other side of the freeway, right over there in that little pocket of residential neighborhood that way. So I kind of use this white building as like a landmark. A lot of birds nesting over there. And you can get a load of this. Look at this fresh fennel. I just love the aroma of fresh fennel. Kind of a licoricey kind of a smell. And what I love about these hikes is you can just smell it. I wish you guys had smell-o-vision. But you can just smell this tunnel of aroma up and down these trails here along these fennel plants. One of my favorite things when I'm out and about on the trail. I used to chew on those when I was a kid, actually. Grew up hiking around a fennel plant as a youngster. I'm not sure what plant this is, but it definitely has its aroma as well. These are all freshly blooming branches. At first I thought it was a juniper. Maybe it is a juniper, but it definitely has its own aroma as well, along with that fennel. Okay, so we're coming up to our first trail junction, and so I mentioned earlier how I live just right on the other side of the freeway over there. You can actually hike in along this path, hike under the freeway, and come on in. And we're not going to do that, by the way, but we're going to hike out this way. These trails are dog friendly, and I apologize for the wind. It's going to be windy out here, so that's just how it's going to have to be. Just beautiful. So we're going to hike along this way and hike up this hill here. Lots of blooming fields of yellow, and I don't know if my camera is doing it justice, but these are at least 6-7 feet tall. And in years past it wasn't like that. It's just only recently, with all the rains that we've had. Alrighty, so here's the answer to my question. What is that? That is the old ITT building, Early Communications Establishment. And it is now under the National Registry of Historic Places. Pretty cool. Got the answer to my question there pretty quickly. Alright guys, so I apologize for the audio. I had to turn on my wind noise reduction. I don't think there's any other way. Pretty breezy up here on these hills, so I'll be toggling that feature on and off my camera as needed. And right away you're seeing these mowed down grass sides here. So the local rangers do that to keep the fire danger down and keep the ticks population under control as well. Alrighty guys, we're at our first trail junction, and I'm going to just take you guys out over here. And I don't believe, these are planted, I believe. So the local parks, they do try and promote a lot of the wildlife and plant life out here. hope my camera does that justice. Just the beautiful radiant purple and color against the green backdrop. Amazing. Some white's coming through too along the tops. So what I'm going to do is, I think we're going to go hike down this way. We're going to backtrack it just a tad, and we're going to hike along down closer to the water's edge. And we're going to check out all these radiant fields of glowing yellow. Look at that. Amazing. And we'll do that trek along that trail there, along that area. And the other thing I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get us up and out of this wind noise area as well. Where I can better provide for the field audio on my camera. Are those daisies? I think. Is that what I'm looking at there? I need to bone up on my plant wildlife identification skills. For sure. Oh, some white ones. Look at that. Wow. Oh my gosh. That is so bright, it's almost blinding. So unfortunately there's some hikers there I don't want to feature in my video, but I'm getting some splashes of purple as well. And some more purple thistle along the way. Alrighty guys, so we've come down off the hill. Still pretty wind gusty down here, but seas of yellows across these hills. I feel like I'm hiking through Wizard of Oz. This is just so unreal. Honestly, it feels like a movie set. Hollywood movie set. The color that's out here. And look at that, you can see more game trails. Game trails going that way and across that way. From all the squirrels and the rabbits. So I decided to do a quick little double back bend around one of the trails, and I wanted to get this little flower patch section on video. And as you can see, not everything has been mowed down yet by the rangers, so I'm not seeing any signs of ticks. Again, if I find one, I'll put them on film and feature them on the video, but so far no ticks, which is good for me. Once again, those beautiful, radiant, vibrant purples. Unreal. So that's the trek we just took down past all those daisies, through that sea of yellow and color, and it just continues. all along these hillsides. And I'm trying to start and stop my video so I don't capture too many people. Not everybody wants to be on the Move OTX channel. It's almost too bad they have to trim down all this foliage and grass here. Otherwise this trail would be wall to wall with color. Oh, look at that, some little oranges coming up. Hope you guys can see that too. There you go. There's a better view of some of the orange, purple, yellow. Let's not forget the greens too. And the sun shines off of that. The high noon sun shines off of that, those green leaves. Amazing. And once again, we're near the Palo Alto Municipal Airport. So you guys are seeing and hearing airplanes landing and taking off. So it's definitely low tide conditions right now. High tide today is at 5 o'clock, so it's about 11:30, almost 12 noon. And once again, radiant fields of yellow, glowing. And I will say this, even if you're mildly allergic, like I am, definitely take your Zyrtec or your Benadryl in the morning. It's a little bit breezy and everything's blossoming out here, so if you're slightly allergic, even like I am, you're going to feel the effects of allergies out here. And you can just see the waves of wind blowing across the grass fields. It's like a sea and an ocean. Pretty cool. And yep, we're definitely in low tide right now. Usually these waterways are filled during high tide times. Alrighty guys, we're continuing. So radiant fields of purple, violet, whites, and just to give you guys a perspective of what this normally looks like, that's what it normally looks like. And even that has a lot more color than normal. Normally it's just barren, dry grasses, if that, and dirt. And the fact that it's totally filled in is unreal. Naturally filled in too. These aren't planted, these aren't seeded and planted. These are absolutely wild and natural. Yes, these are dog-friendly trails. Keep your dog on a leash. Clean up after your dog, please. I know millions of people enjoy hiking with dogs, and I do too. And I'd like to keep it that way. I would hope that they don't have to ban dogs out on these trails. And look at that, a splash of yellow coming through. So here's one of the coolest things about this trail, is they have these purpose-built viewing platforms. So you can get right on out to the edge with the geese and the ducks. So this way you don't have to trek down in the dirt and disrupt the natural ecosystem. Toyon berries, very, very common in California, and there's some here too. Alrighty guys, so there looks like some California poppy fields right along that segment of trail as well. I'm going to take you guys out along that way too, so we'll keep going here. We're going to keep hiking until I have no more flowers and no more colors to capture. And I think that's pretty much a darn near impossibility on a day like today, but that's the plan. And we'll follow it as long as we can. Okay, so here's another little illustration of just how overgrown everything is. So a lot of state parks have these little camera perches, these camera stands. The idea is to mount your camera there, capture a video, and upload it so that they can archive how the geography is changing. And you can just see how overgrown that is. It can't even access that. So we'll continue along this way. Here's our first sign of some California poppies. Everywhere you go in the Bay Area trails, there's poppies everywhere. So this is the first sign I'm seeing of them here along this trek.
Thank you.
Sure. Wow. Unbelievable. Look at that, guys. And I guess if I have to say it, I will say it. Don't pick the wildflowers. Let other people enjoy them as well. And stay on trail too if you can. Amazing. Alrighty guys, I think we're going to wrap things up here. So, a little breezy today. Sorry about that. I apologize for the wind noise. You can actually see the wind picking up sprays of water off the low tide banks over there. So that's, yeah, pretty windy today. Can't do anything about that. So, at any rate, So anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in with me here today. Please feel free to post comments and questions down below, and I'll answer them as soon as I can. And remember, everyone, stay safe out there and enjoy the outdoors. I'll catch you guys all later on the next one.